sympathize more with the Israelis or the Palestinians, the country is dead even, 50-50.
Well, this is fascinating, but historically speaking, Steve, support for Israel has actually been higher.
Yeah, this is now much more even than it used to be, and there are two particular drivers of this. I think it's very interesting. One of them is partisan. Republicans, overwhelmingly on the Israeli side. Democrats, this is the big shift. Now, overwhelmingly 3-1 on the Palestinian side. And then the second piece of it, it's generational. It's age. Gen Z, that rising generation. Look at this. Across party there, 3/4 of Gen Z say they sympathize more with the Palestinians than the Israelis. That's a massive sea change.
It certainly is. It'll be fascinating to see how that plays out in the midterm. Steve Kornacki, thank you so much.
Mia, you're a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Are you surprised that Gen Z is supporting Palestine with such huge numbers?
No, I'm not surprised at all. Everybody, to be honest, everybody loves an underdog. And it's different for them because, I mean, this is really the first time that they've seen that kind of stuff, that kind of genocide, that kind of crazy in 4K. Like, I watched the Twin Towers. I watched thousands of people die. Like, they thought no sweat off the teachers' backs. They put us in the cafeteria, rolled the TVs, turned the TV on, and, you know, they subjected us to watching over 3,000 people die in real time. So, and like, that was me. And now Gen Z is watching what's happening with the Palestinians, and they're watching, God, I mean, what, 250,000 people now? I think it's up to like 200,000 that have died, and it's mostly women and children. And that does something to you. So I'm not surprised at all that they have sympathy and empathy for what's happening in Gaza.
All right, Doc, I'm going to have you respond to this. College age are brainwashed by the leftist media, the leftist college agenda. They just want part of the group think and probably don't even know what's going on. Do you feel like that's what's happening with Gen Z?
Nah, I think I don't think that's what's happening with Gen Z. I think with the problem with Gen Z is you see somebody who is completely unequipped to have this fight. So now when we look at the Palestinian and the Israeli thing, it comes off as bullying. Like you get it to look at it in a form of bullying now, you know what I mean? And that's just how war is though also, you know what I mean? Like one side does have to win if that's the decision that they're going to go with. I don't agree with the decision because, you know, I disagree with these people who don't believe that Palestinians living in apartheid, who only focus on Gaza. They don't even focus on the plight of the people in the West Bank, how they've been, you know, had their homes stolen, their land stolen, they've been killed. They had a documentary that showed people weren't allowed to walk down certain streets in the West Bank, the streets of the area they live in, you know what I mean? So I think when people think of it, they kind of overlook some of that stuff. But also the truth is, if Israel's going to say that they're at war with the Palestinian people, it's going to look ugly and people are going to die. But I think the part is this comes off as bullying. I mean, they're blocked on every side. They're blocked by land. They're blocked by water. Egypt won't let them in. So, you know, I think that's just a problem. And I think it looks as if it's gonna go until they kill everyone. You know what I mean? And people see that, and I mean, but America is good. White folks are good at with these trigger words because they use the word like terrorist to describe all Palestinian people, instead of a sect or a group, or that's got to be like less than 1% of Palestinian people. But the moment you use the word terrorism, you get everyone on your side who's bigoted and hatred and spiteful. So that's how they do it. It's a good trick though. I ain't mad at them.
Right. So killers and losers, speak for Gen Z as far as the war. And also, I know you're on the left, but the young white men are what helped Trump win, and a lot of them are actually fleeing from Trump right now. So what also do you think is causing them to flee from being on the right?
So I'll respond to both these parts. From where I haven't really met anyone that's on the side of Israel in quite a long time, and I think this mostly comes from we haven't really been given a real justification for why we're still sending all this aid to Israel. they can survive on their own pretty well. I don't think we should be sending any more military aid. I don't think that's necessary, and I think what they're doing is completely is absurd and extreme. So I think that's why the support for Israel is crumbling. And then also for the reason why so many young white Gen Z boys moved to the right in 2024, I think it's a numerous things. I put a lot of blame on the campaign that Kamala Harris ran. I think it was, at least just on the social media side, it was really lame in my opinion. I don't really know who it was catered to, but I remember I'm very much on the left, and I remember watching these videos and thinking, wow, this shit sucks. It makes me want to vote for Trump. And then Trump was out here doing all this kind of funny stuff with the podcast guys and doing these stunts. And so I think a lot of people just voted for Trump because he came across as a cooler guy, which is a stupid reason to vote for someone, but I guess you can't really fault people. I don't know. So now I see, and now people are turning back because they're realizing that Joe Biden was actually pretty decent. And I don't know how people didn't really understand that Trump was going to do all of this. It's weird when people say that Trump said no new wars, Trump said all this stuff, but this guy is known for lying. He told maybe 30,000 lies in his first term. So I don't even know why you would take anything he was saying seriously to begin with. But I think it's good that people are understanding he lied about everything. I hope that this will show up in the midterms and in 2028 that you can't trust these guys. You can't trust the Republican Party. They don't have our best interest in heart at all. But I am cautious that the people are changing up now, but they're still going to say, oh, well, Trump will be better than the Democrats, is what I feel like we'll kind of go back to.
For sure. So we're going to talk about a story that went viral. There was a father that ended up deleting 8 of his children and shooting 2 others.